Good morning. Today we're going to make a transition. We're going to move from discipline, doing what we say we're going to do long after the emotion that made us want to decide or to be disciplined is gone. We're still going to do the action. Now we're going to transition into desire. That thing we need most, that North Star in our life, that thing that pulls us forward. So, over the past week, we've been weaving and working on the muscle of discipline into the fabric of who we are. We've learned that discipline isn't about forcing ourselves to do the hard things. It's about honoring small, consistent choices that helps us build the trust within. Yet discipline alone, without emotional fire, it becomes mechanical. It becomes heavy. And that's not who we are. Now, we know some people who are disciplined and they seem almost robotic. We're going to upgrade that because if you're here in this community, you have a strong emotional side. We're not just here to survive, to do the right thing. We're here to come alive. And so now it's time to activate something deeper, something older than memory. Imagine that, something older than your memory, yet alive in every heartbeat. And that's desire. Not a shallow craving, not a frantic grasping. Real desire, the pull of your soul toward the life we are meant to live. So today we begin remembering desire, not as something we chase, yet as something as we awaken, we breathe into, we amplify. Discipline prepared the ground. Desire now lights the flame. Remember, this is about honoring the small, consistent daily choices that builds trust, us trusting ourselves. So let's introduce ourselves to desire. Desire is sacred. It's a spark of every great creation. It's the pulse behind every genuine transformation. Think about it. Anytime you did the difficult, you did the needed, you did the wanted, You did the unthinkable. It was to create something new, to transform into something new. That is desire. So before there is action, there was desire. Before there was strategy, there was a longing, something you wanted. Before there was a becoming, there was a whisper that said, I want. And when pure, in its highest and greatest form, desire is not selfish. Desire is the soul's way of guiding us into our greater unfolding our greater becoming. Yet for many of us, desire becomes tangled, confused with a craving, polluted by doubt, buried beneath survival. So before we activate desire, we must remember desire. We must re-meet it, not as something outside of us. We need to meet it as the voice that has always been wanting to be trusted again. We must re-meet it not as something outside of us. We must meet it as the voice that has always been wanting to be trusted again. Do you feel the weight? Do you feel the gravity of that sentence, of that statement? It's wanting to be trusted again. True desire is life force made personal. True desire is the invisible magnet pulling us toward the highest version of ourselves. And it's not found by looking harder. Listen carefully. It's remembered by listening softer. That's the work we're beginning today. It's not found by looking harder. Desire is remembered by listening softer to that voice that wants to be trusted again. So how do we begin remembering and activating our internal desire? This idea, this phase, this part of remembering and activating internal desire has to be done deliberately. It must be gentle, because for many, maybe you, I know for me, desire has been shamed, suppressed, forgotten. Think about the thing you want. Think about something you wanted in your past. And somebody said, oh, that's too good for you. Or you're not smart enough. Or that's not for us. Or we don't do things like that. And little by little, shame was layered upon the things you wanted, the desires you had, the promises you wanted to keep. So how do we remember and activate our internal desire? Here's some ideas. Step one, idea one, phase one, call it what you choose. It's about clearing the static. We want to remove the noise that drowns out authentic desire. So first one is silent listening practice. And we're going to do that. We're going to spend the next few minutes asking one simple question over and over. No pressure to answer, only listening. Just listening for the next few minutes. We want to drown out the static, the noise that keeps us from our authentic desire. Ready? Here's the question. Don't answer it just to have an answer, a check in a checkbox and say, move on. Let's dive deep into this. Let your body, let your soul awaken to answer this question. What do I truly want to feel today? Just let that question bounce around in that brilliant brain of yours. No pressure for an answer, just listening. What do I truly want today? Go deeper. Go bigger. What do I truly want today? What are you hearing? What's the sound? What's the noise? What's the feeling? What do I truly want to feel today? What is the best feeling that can come through me today? What do I truly want to feel today? What do I truly want to feel today? And maybe here's the self-talk. Replace phrases. Replace phrases like, I don't know what I want, with, I'm learning to hear my true desires again. What do you truly want to feel today? I'm learning to hear my true desires again. I want to feel I'm hearing my authentic feeling is. While you're asking the question, what do I truly want to feel today? Let's activate heart-centered breathing. Let's calm our survival brain. Any fear, any stress suppresses your true desire. So maybe if you choose, take a hand, rest it on your heart. And when your body's ready to take its next inhale, imagine breathing in through your heart, safe, calm, peaceful. Breathing through your heart, inhaling and exhaling. Imagine that green light that's around the heart chakra, activating and expanding throughout your body. I'm learning to hear my true desires again. What do I truly want to feel today? So if you've got yourself centered and a little breath, I want you to do some activities. You have your journal handy. I'd encourage you each morning for us to begin rebuilding our authentic desire. We want to rebuild the emotional muscle that feels safe wanting again. That's the challenge. We want it. I want this. I have this desire, this DMP. Yet somewhere along the line, we fear going for it. It's why we don't do the actions. It's why we don't take the steps. Because our muscle, our emotional muscle, doesn't feel safe in wanting. Now we have the discipline to understand how to do things consistently. We're now going to activate the fire. So right now in your journal, each morning, as you wake up, not just mentally see it, not just verbalize it. I want you to write down one thing you long for. What's one thing you long for? It doesn't need to be 2 paragraphs. And maybe you write that down. One thing I long for each morning. The next thing, this one might bring up some emotion. One thing I used to want, yet I buried it. What's one thing I used to want? I was working with a Spanish TV actress. She's in her 30s, an amazing career, but something was always missing. And as we worked together, the thing she always wanted from childhood was a Barbie doll. Yeah, we all kind of giggled. But the day she went out and bought this over the top Barbie doll, her life changed. Her career took off. And simply because the thing she wanted got buried and she found it. What's one thing you used to want but buried? So, what's one thing you long for? What's one thing you used to want but buried? And number 3, one thing I'm curious about wanting. So now imagine, just for a moment, let's spend a minute, 30 seconds. Imagine a version of you without fear or judgment. What would you reach for? Just simply, without fear, without judgment, what would you reach for? You're in a safe space. This is inside your brilliant mind. Your desires activated, your authentic desires activated, and you now know there's no fear and there's no judgment. What would you reach for? These are things you can work on. During the day, I'd encourage you each morning as you awaken in your bed to begin your day immediately. The first thing you can, activate your desire, take it to the next level. So here's some action steps throughout the day for you to do. A lot of times we have these moments of wanting. And for some reason, they're simple things. We negotiate or we decide not to do it. I'm talking about the smallest of desires, like wanting a sip of water. Feeling that want, feeling that thirst, and then saying, I'm going to take care of me. Or how about a stretch? Sometimes we feel we've just become too busy being busy. We don't even acknowledge or allow the simplest of desires. Or how about turning your face up to the sun? You're walking outside and you feel the sun. It feels great. What if you just stop for a second and you're like, oh, this feels so good. And you just basked in the moment. The way you trigger your authentic desire, the way you allow that voice to feel trust again, is you honor these things immediately. Psychologically, it trains your nervous system to see desire as safe again. Here's your self-talk. Every time I listen to my real desire, I strengthen my life force. Remember, it's safe to want. It's powerful to desire. Think about that statement. It's powerful to desire. So, one more thing. Let's move this desire from mental and logical into a concept of living currently. So, right now, ask, where in my body do I feel the pull toward life today? Where is your body wanting to live? What part of your body is wanting most to live today? Put your hands over your heart or your solar plexus, the doing right there to your rib cage comes together, and breathe into it. Imagine your root chakra feeling safe. The I am. Allow the root chakra space for feeling desire, the wanting, the safety and wanting. So as we wrap it up, desire is not asking for permission. It's the echo of your becoming. Desire is not asking for permission. It is the echo of your becoming. When you listen, when you honor, when you move with it, when you listen to your desire, when you honor your desire, when you move with your desire, you become who you were always meant to be. Feel that. This is our focus for the next handful of days, to activate, to remember that voice of desire. Take a big breath, feel it in your body. What words are you hearing? What actions are you feeling? Remember, this is you. It's about you remembering you, and living in your authentic desire. Good morning. Take a big stretch, get some water, maybe get a sip of coffee.